Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coach Cooley's weekly press conference, the last one of the 2021 season. Delta State comes off a 44-7 loss in their rematch against West Georgia last Saturday. Dante Myers led the way offensively, 6 catches for 75 yards and 1 touchdown. Patrick Shegog, 225 yards through the air and a touchdown as well. Unfortunately, that ends the season for Delta State. They finish off at 5-6 overall, 3-5 in the Gulf South Conference. And we'll hear from Coach Cooley. He'll give his opening statement, and after that, we'll open up the floor to questions. Thank you very much. Without further ado, Coach Todd Cooley.
Appreciate everybody being here again today. Obviously, very disappointed with our performance. Or lack thereof, I should say, on Saturday. Credit goes to West Georgia. They kicked us pretty good. Started out the game. We got a big interception on the second play of the game. We turned around offensively and got a little momentum going, and then we threw an interception back to them. They capitalized. We really didn't get – we had the ball moving a little bit on Saturday, but we didn't score points. In this age of college football, you got to score points. We're not scoring enough points. We haven't scored enough points this season to be significant, and that's where we've got to start getting better. I feel like it's hard to play complimentary football, and then what happens defensively, I didn't think we played well defensively as well on Saturday, but it is hard when your offense is not scoring points, and that's something that we're going to address as a staff, and we're going to get better at moving forward as we go into the off season. Obviously, had some close games this year that we won. We had some close games that we didn't win, and that's really the difference in the success of the season. And that's what I've got to do a better job coaching and get better at moving forward. We got to win those close games if we get them in 2022. So with that being said, I'll answer any questions.
Overall, just about the season. Just talk about the overall team. Do you feel that from a personal standpoint, just looking at the guys, that they learned a lot and were better people at the end of the season than they were at the start of the season?
Yeah, I think so. I think we learned a lot of life lessons this year. I think they learned to keep fighting. You know, we lost 3 or 4 close football games, and then we got we lost one blowout in Valdosta, then we lost another close game at home to North Greenville, and we turned around and won a close game on the road at West Alabama. Then we turned around and won a close game against Shorter at home. Then we turned around and won an overtime game against Mississippi College at home. So I think we learned to keep playing and persevere. And what's sad is the way it ended on Saturday. That's really what's sad. And I didn't want those seniors to go out like that. We put everything we could into winning that football game, and we did not play well enough. And it starts with me. I got to do a better job preparing this football team, and I will moving forward. I think a lot of life lessons. I think our guys that are coming back learned a lot from those seniors. Thought they did a good job of leading through the pandemic and leading this year. And I think there's some positives to grow on from that. I think we got some good leadership coming back. I think we got a good nucleus coming back. We lose a lot of talent, but I think chemistry-wise we're going to be really good, and I'm excited about that.
And of course, as you go into the recruiting season, just kind of look at the offensive side and defensive side, and different parts of those aspects of the game. What are some parts of that you're going to be looking to fill some holes, looking to fill?
I think it always starts up front, both sides of the ball. I think if you look at our performance, it starts up front, and we got to get defensive linemen and offensive linemen. We got to get more of them. We've got a good nucleus of offensive linemen coming back. But if you're a D lineman out there and you're looking for a chance to come in and compete to get playing time right away, you need to be looking at Delta State because we always lead in tackles for loss. We always lead in sacks because we do not play two-gap defense. We are attack-style defense. Everybody knows that plays against us. That's not a secret. But I think if you're a D lineman out there that has the ability to play at this level and has the intangibles and you're competitive, then you need to give us a call because we'd love to talk to you about coming to Delta State. But we're always going to start up front first. Obviously, we're losing 2 good running backs So that's going to be something that we're also going to go out and look for. But our receiving core is back, our tight end core is back, our quarterbacks are back. We feel pretty solid about those positions offensively. Defensively, we need some defensive linemen. And we lost some good defensive guys in the secondary. We also lost some really good linebackers, but we got some good linebackers behind them that played a lot towards the end of the year, and we're really excited about that. And, we'll be okay. We need to start. It all starts up front. You got to have all of our specialists are back. That's good. It starts up front, man. Got to get offensive linemen, defensive linemen.
How different was West Georgia from when you faced them early in the season compared to?
I don't think they were much different, Stephen. We just didn't play well, and they got a little momentum early, and that's what good teams do. They probably executed a little bit better the second time than they did the first time. They kind of know more who they were, I guess you could say. They were rested. They looked like a well-rested football team that was ready to play into the playoffs. I think they're gonna do some good things. I think they got Albany first round. That'll be a really good football game. So be interesting to see what happens there. And I think they played Valdosta 2 points. They're a good football team. Quarterback's playing extremely well. He bounced back after that first pick, didn't even flinch. Came back throwing, threw a slant and go for about 70 on us. Really good throw. So, I guess that's the only thing, the difference, I guess. Is they kind of know who they are now, and they're a little more battle-tested, and they did a good job. Coach Dean, he's a really good coach. They did a good job Saturday. We blocked 3 kicks in the game, blocked a punt, and still got beat by 37 points. We just didn't score enough points. We didn't score enough points early to give our defense confidence that we were going to be there on that side of the ball, and that's unfortunate. Defense has still got to do their job, and we didn't play as well defensively as we'd like to play. So we got a lot of things to fix. We know it, but we're going to fix them.
After the previous 3 weeks where y'all won 3 just physically and emotionally draining games, were the guys going into that game were they kind of spin a little bit,
maybe so. We took a lot out of us, had a long season, but that's not the reason. West Georgia just better than us that day. They executed better, they played better. Thought they out physicaled us. Thought they just played a lot better than we did, and that's unfortunate because I thought we had a lot to play for. I really did. You're playing for a winning season. You're playing to keep a team at home, and they showed up, and we did not. And like I said, that's on me. I got to figure that out, and I will spend all off season working on it.
Have you had a season-ending meeting yet with your team?
We had a meeting yesterday. We did.
Was that to conclude the season as far?
Yeah, it's kind of talk about where we go from here.
Okay.
Kind of talk about the rest of this through the rest of the semester. And we'll have another one as the semester gets old. And then I'll have exit meetings with all of our returning players individually. But, yeah, we had a meeting, and we just talked about the way we're going to do things moving forward, and that we are looking for guys that do not I think sometimes guys today's age, whatever you want to call it, they grow up with what I call a PlayStation mentality of you just hit the reset button and start a game over. Your video game, your AAU tournament, you play 6 games on a weekend. It doesn't happen like that in college football. You get one shot. And the thing moving forward that we're going to have here is we're going to have a bunch of young men in our room and in this building that hate to lose, and that it physically, emotionally, they wear it when they lose a rep, when they lose a game, when they lose a competition. And that's what I want to see moving forward. I don't think we have enough of those guys right now. I'm just being honest. And I told them that yesterday because I watched everybody for a long time when that game was over. And I watched us when we went to the convenience store in wherever we were, Columbus, Mississippi, and Alabama State's team was there at the same time we were, and I saw some of the same stuff from both sides that I didn't really like, and I saw the kids that were still hurting that we got beat, and I identify with those kids a lot better than I do guys that can just kind of brush it off like, oh well. We just had 20 seniors leave the door, and they lost their last college football game by 37 points. I was hurt. I'm devastated. I'm still devastated. Our coaches are devastated. And like I said, we've got about 20 returning football players that are devastated, but that's not enough. So I told them this spring we're going to figure out the ones, and those guys that I know are hurt and are competitors, they're going to do a good job of teaching the other guys how to become that type of competitor. And that's where we got to go. And that's probably more information than you wanted to know, but that's how I feel right now. I think that it's too easy for young men nowadays just to say, well, we didn't get them that time, maybe next time. That's not how it works. It's not why we do this. This isn't some rec league, church league basketball game. This is college football, and this is Delta State University, and this is the way it's supposed to be. And it will be that way as long as I'm sitting here. So.
Of course, I know in December, that's when some of the mid-year transfers and stuff. Have you, so far, got a lot of any commitments so far, or how is it?
No commitments so far. We're working on it. So, everybody's going to Division I right now. So, everybody thinks they're going to LSU and Alabama right now. So, we got to let all that smoke clear for a little bit. Just the truth. Right now, they're not they're grateful, but right now they're still holding out hope that Nick Saban's going to call them. So, and I get it. I mean, I had dreams of playing big-time college football when I was their age. I get it. But what young men need to find out nowadays is what's the best fit for them. We just got a young man that played here that had hardly any offers coming out of junior college that's just going to go play in the NFL PA Bowl. I mean, there's a good chance he's going to be drafted. And he might not be the only one from that team. And that's great for him, in Junior Falk. So, I mean, you want to get to where you want to get to, you can get it from right here. I think too many kids nowadays go to schools just because there's so much pressure to go to Division I. There's so much pressure. I mean, there's training facilities now called D1 training and things like that because every kid wants to be D1, and that's what we basically have raised them now, saying that if you don't go D1, you don't matter. And that's just a bunch of crap. Because last time I checked, anytime you watch an NFL and they bring out the starting lineups, there's always a small college guy. Every Sunday, every Monday, when they do the start lineups, just listen. You're going to hear somebody from Grand Valley State or Valdosta State. I'm ready to start here in Delta State. And to me, that's the ultimate. They're getting paid to play. That's their job. So the great thing about Junior Falk is we hope he gets that opportunity. I hope a couple other guys get that opportunity, and I hope they make it. But he's still going to have a degree to fall back on if he doesn't make it. So just like the rest of these seniors are. So I'm excited about that too. What else, guys? I just want to thank y'all for everything this year, and appreciate y'all being here every week, and just thank you for what you do for our athletes. Appreciate you.